feeling a little out of sorts. I love his voice. Really cool mixing of things for me. Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel 𝐋𝐈𝐈 Reactions, where we're going to listen to some more quality art. Today we are going to be listening to a brand new band to the channel, Sabaton, and their song 1916. I'm very excited because this has been a highly requested band, so I looked up that they are a heavy metal band from Sweden. The vast majority of their albums are written about historical events, mainly wars and significant battles. Interesting. Just a friendly reminder before we get started to like and subscribe to the channel. And with that being said, let's do this.
16 years old when I went to the war to fight for a land fit for heroes. God on my side and a gun in my hand, chasing my days down to zero. And I marched and I fought and I bled and I died, and I never did get any older. But I knew at the time that a year in the line was a long enough life for a soldier.
Sorry. I just had to stop and say this is a really cool mixing of things for me. I don't know, is it just me, or it has a really like sea shanty maritime feel? Is that just me? I don't know. It's what I don't know, the voice and I don't know, it's something about the music. Anyway, it has that feel for me, which is very cool. I love his voice. It has a lot of presence to it. It's got that like grit. It's got this like really pleasant tone, which is, you know, a contrast to like the material that's being sung. 16 years old when I went to war to fight for a land fit for heroes, God on my side and a gun in my hand, chasing my days down to zero. And I marched and I fought and I bled and I died, and I never did get any older. But I knew at the time that a year in the line was a long enough life for a soldier. Ugh. So yeah, already talking about the young men that went to war. I assume the song is 1916. That seems like the time of World War I. So I assume it's kind of like a reflection of that, especially since they talk about wars and significant battles. So it's already very sad, and the visuals are incredible. Definitely a part of the story. It's helping the emotion of the story for sure, to see all the young men marching and in the street and then in the battlefield and stuff. So, but so far, like a pleasant surprise about the band and the sound. I never know what think I'm gonna hear, but this was definitely a different vibe, and I'm digging it, so I'll just go back.
We all volunteered and we wrote down our names, and we added 2 years to our ages, eager for life and ahead of the game, ready for history's pages. And we brawled and we fought and we fought till we stood 10,000 shoulder to shoulder. Our thirst for the run, we were food for the gun, and that's what you are when you're soldiers. slain, and now there's nobody remembers our name. And that's how it is for a soldier.
Okay. Oh, there's way more. Oh, goodness. I really felt like that was the end there. Okay, wow. Wow. I really was trying to find I thought that was the end of the song. My mind is blown. I'm like, what's happening in the rest of the video? Interesting. Exciting. I was trying to find a place to stop there, but it was too much like it was so grand and like cinematic. I don't know. It was really like building there. There was no place to stop it because it was on the train and you just couldn't get off the train. That was so I don't know. There's very just like the swell of the music and his voice, it's so deep. I was gonna say I really was kind of reminding me in like the graveliness and the tone to the lead singer of Disturbed a little bit, but actually his voice is way lower and and way grittier, which is so cool. Yeah, the maritime feel is still there for me, and it really felt super grand with like the building of the music. The guitar solo is really cool with the guitarist in like the middle of the battlefield. That was really fun. The visuals were really really assisted the story. I said before, but it was, especially at the end there, was wow. We all volunteered and we wrote down our names and we added 2 years to our ages. Oh, it makes me feel so bad about the young men who did that. And we brawled and we fought and we whirled till we stood 10,000 shoulder to shoulder. A thirst for the Hun, we were food for the gun, and that's what you are when you're soldiers. I heard my friend cry and he sank to his knees, coughing blood as he screamed for his mother. And I fell by his side, and that's how we died, clinging like kids to each other. And I lay in the mud and the guts and the blood, and I wept as his body grew colder, and I called for my mother, and she never came, though it wasn't my fault, and I wasn't to blame. And the day's not half over, and 10,000 slain, and now there's nobody remembers our names, and that's how it is for a soldier. Ugh. That's heart-wrenching. These young kids, and then like doing it for like the supposed glory, and then you actually get there and it's just like devastation, and you're watching your friends die and you're dying, and yeah, crying out for your mother. Oh goodness, that got me. It just really shows first of all, so cool that they write these lyrics and these stories about historical events. I love when things have a very like a storyline that's very obvious, and I like it when it's really cool when people do it about like science fiction or fantasy or historical. Like it's very cool to have a very clear cut story like that, and it definitely was speaking to like the anonymity of soldiers in like the 10,000 shoulder to shoulder, and you know, the day's not half over and 10,000 slain. Just like the anonymity of the people that go, like you aren't actually going to be remembered for this great thing you did. There's so many of you, and yeah, feels like a lot of unsung heroes, you know, like just I just really reminds you of like the cost, the human cost of war, and that was really cool. So let's just keep going. I don't know what the rest of this video is. Okay. I didn't expect that. I didn't expect that. I was pulling at my heartstrings. That was really cool that they did that at the end. First of all, I love credits. I think there's like respect to all the people who were involved in making something like that. So I would love to watch the credits. Also, to have the little tidbit about the British soldiers and a little bit of history at the end there, that was very sweet and like a really nice tribute. And yeah, I didn't expect that. The cello performance was incredible. You guys know I love the strings, and it's really such a good way to follow their own performance with that. That was yeah, what a cool concept to write songs about historical battles. This was way different than I was expecting. It was way different than I was expecting. I really enjoyed it. I think they just have such a different sound, and his voice just really like cut through to the heart of the story of the song for me. So that was really cool. I really thank you for the suggestion. I'm feeling a little out of sorts, but that was really, I really enjoyed that. Thank you. Guys, if you have any more Sabaton suggestions, let me know. Wow. Okay, thanks guys. Thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out with me. If you like this reaction, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you know when more is coming your way. And as always, I will link my Twitch in the info section below if you want to come over there and hang out with me when I'm live. But that was it for today. Heavy. So I'm gonna go absorb that. See you guys in the next one. Peace.